Once again, we hate to say I told you so, but we told you so. Close the goddamn border, keep these little lawn care specialists out, particularly from Venezuela, and you'll have less and less crime. It's not that hard to understand. They're not sending their best. I'm thejbgunner. This is crime time. Let's do it.
Bring it back.
Well, what's going on, everybody? As you guys know, I'm thejbgunner, and this is Crime Time. Now, before we get started, let me say first and foremost, thank you to everybody that supports the channel, any of my channels, regardless of platform and regardless of method you choose, whether it's Cash App, Patreon, Venmo, PayPal. Truth is, guys, I couldn't do this each and every day as often as I do if it wasn't for you, the Gun Squad. Love you guys. Big shout out to you. If you too find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Join the Gun Squad, support the channel. You can also find my other content down there. I got a variety of channels, whether it be politics, live streaming, vacationing, fucking hiking, amusement parks, wrestling, gaming. I got it all. But anyway, let's get to this story, because this beautiful woman right here, and I understand I'm late. Everybody else likes to jump right out to the stories, but I take my time with everything except for one thing. But anyway, Georgia murder. This woman was murdered, and she was murdered by an illegal immigrant. And the reality of this is this was preventable, and we'll talk about that as we proceed with this story. Augusta University nursing student is found dead near University of Georgia campus, Lake, with visible injuries after going for a jog. A lot of this happens with a lot of women. You guys go out there, you get to jogging, and I don't mean jogging like Ahmaud Arbery jogging. I mean actually jogging. You get out there, you try to keep yourself fit, but the reality of this is there's a lot of scumbags lying in wait, waiting for you. Cops issue safety warnings to runners as manhunt begins. Now, this was the initial story, and we got the suspect, we got all of this. Augusta student was found dead at the University of Georgia Athens campus. School authorities say foul play is suspected and working with the local police. Just a little bit, you know what, let's just go here, and I'll show you guys the story, and then I will update you on everything, because yes, it's an illegal involved.
University of Georgia, the quiet calm of a college campus is shattered, replaced with an active police investigation after officials found the body of a young woman on campus Thursday morning.
This is a tragic day.
Police say a concerned individual called 911 after her friend went out for a morning run near UGA and never returned. Officials began searching and found her within minutes.
Now, I will say this, that the North Georgia mountains and North Georgia in general is typically a safe place.
Area around Lake Herrick near the school's intramural fields.
The individual.
But once you incorporate the college scene, things can get a little bit more dangerous.
Was unconscious and not breathing and had visible injuries.
Police have not released the victim's name, but overnight, the president of nearby Augusta University confirmed she was a student at the school's College of Nursing campus in Athens. In a letter to students, he expressed his deepest sorrow, writing, "The receipt of this news was shocking to all of us." It's left students at both schools in fear.
I'm worried about my safety. It's really scary.
It all comes just one day after another student died suddenly on the UGA campus, though officials say the two incidents are not
well,
linked.
no, one died suddenly means vaccination.
Acknowledges the difficult week, writing, "It will uniquely test the resolve of our campus community, particularly our students." Now, as police search the area and comb through security footage for a suspect, they say there is no immediate danger to the public. Students are not so sure.
I'm honestly not even considering walking by myself. I just don't want to take any chance at all.
So as you just pointed out, authorities are saying there's no immediate danger there, but kids are obviously scared. So what are authorities doing to keep them safe?
Oh, absolutely. And while they say there is no immediate danger, they say that any time there is a suspect, certainly, that hasn't been captured, there is cause for great concern. They're urging any students, if possible, to not travel alone. Walk with friends or walk in groups if you're traveling around campus. Now, the police chief here says that in the past 20 years, he can't recall a homicide on campus like this. And they're asking anybody with any information to call police. Guys.
All right. Blaine Alexander for us there in Athens, Georgia. Blaine, thank you.
Hey, obviously, you got this shit brewing, and there's so much more to the story. Georgia cops questioning person of interest in murder of nursing student found dead on campus with visible injuries after going for a run. We will be releasing the name. Obviously, it's already known. A student's body was found on Thursday after a roommate reported her missing. There's the woman right there. Beautiful woman. Officers are seen looking through the dumpsters. Obviously, this beautiful woman right here. There's not been a homicide on campus in the last 20 years. Real fit woman, as you can see. I feel really bad for her. You know, just starting out her life. Probably had the world, ahead of her. UGA campus murder victim Laken Riley, that is her name, of course. Cause of death revealed after a nursing student was found slain in a field. As Republicans call for illegal Venezuelan immigrant suspect to face the death penalty, which he probably will in Georgia. Laken Riley was killed by blunt force trauma, police confirmed. Illegal Venezuelan immigrant Jose Antonio Ibarra was arrested for a murder on Friday. Republicans, including Marjorie Taylor Greene and Mike Collins, have called for Ibarra to receive the death penalty. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are already committing a crime the minute your illegal ass stepped foot in our house. Then you kill one of our broads? Fuck that. Kill the man. Get him out of here. Cops investigating the murder of the University of Georgia nursing student have released cause of death. Blunt force trauma was that cause. Jose Antonio Ibarra was arrested for a murder on Friday and is now being held in Clark County Jail. The 26-year-old crossed into El Paso, Texas in September of 2022, but had been released from a detention center due to lack of space. That's right, that catch and release bullshit that they do, according to News Nation. Now Republicans are saying he needs the death penalty. Let me show you this jackass's image. There's that jackass is right there. Right there. Ibarra is an illegal alien and murdered a young woman the age of my own children. Deportation is not enough, said Marjorie Taylor Greene. These people are breaking into our country illegally and killing Americans. I can show you plenty of stories to show you. The last story we did was of another foreign-born minority. Man arrested in killing of nursing student Laken Hope Riley at University of Georgia.
For Laken Riley, an aspiring nurse, this white jacket ceremony was a rite of passage. The 22-year-old honor student was murdered as she jogged alone, jarring Athens, home of the University of Georgia.
She was a sweet girl. It's obviously devastating for my sorority. All the girls were at the house crying yesterday.
Athens is your textbook college town. Lake Herrick is another option for students to jog, walk, relax. But the woods behind this lake is where police found Laken Riley's body.
Her murder, the first on this campus in 20 years.
The individual was unconscious and not breathing and had visible injuries.
Late this afternoon, police announced they had a murder suspect in custody.
Complete scumbag.
No other details.
Complete scumbag.
Friday felt different here, edgy for many. All-day police scoured this apartment complex, and Friday classes were canceled.
So definitely a fear factor
For Georgia students like Haley Pearson and Addison Turkin.
Everyone's just in their dorm or went home, and it's just a quiet, eerie feeling.
Adidas commissioned a global survey about women joggers like Laken Riley. 92% said they were concerned, and 51% said afraid of being physically attacked, especially now in Athens.
I've always run with a group, and part of the reason is because I don't want to run alone. And
Safety.
Yeah, safety.
Very, 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 very smart. You shouldn't want to run alone. And I understand North Georgia is very safe, but it also is very remote in some areas, particularly where we have a lot of wooded areas. It's just the way it works. Here comes this illegal sack of shit. Here's what we know about Jose Ibarra.
Is in jail charged with Laken Riley's murder. He is from Venezuela, and according to ICE, he entered the country illegally in 2022 and was later paroled. 11 Alive's Rebecca Lindstrom joining us now in studio.
How do you get paroled into our country when you came here illegally? There is no parole. You should be immediately deported. You don't come in my house illegally and then somehow get to stay for a while.
Rebecca, a lot of folks want to know, did Ibarra even, did he fall through the cracks? Was he even supposed to be up in Athens in the first place?
I mean, he wasn't supposed to be in the country.
Well, from what I can tell, if everyone had followed procedures, the answer is no. There are at least 2 points in time that really could have made a difference. According to Homeland Security, Jose Ibarra and his wife entered the U.S. near El Paso in September 2022. After being arrested and released, they went to New York. At that time, immigration attorney Pamela Peinado says Venezuelans had special protective status in the U.S.
Of course they do. Cocksuckers.
Political unrest. It could be a national disaster.
No, why do they have special protection? You're a fucking criminal, sack of shit scumbag that shouldn't be here to begin with. You broke the law the minute you were an intruder on our country, in our country. You were a criminal. 100% of illegal aliens are criminals. You're not supposed to be here. You illegally stepped foot in this country. You should have been deported immediately. Immediately. And I'm going to show you why.
Etc. But we're basically allowing these individuals to stay here for a temporary amount of time because it's unsafe to send them back to their home country.
Right. So we got to deal with the unsafety because you're scared of your fucking country. It's bullshit.
With the New York Post, Ibarra's wife says that before their immigration hearing, Jose was arrested for riding a moped with their 5-year-old son while doing food deliveries.
Of course.
Neither were wearing a helmet. At that point, ICE could have taken Jose into custody, but it says he was released before that could happen.
Of course.
The DA's office in Queens has refused to answer our question.
Hey, yo, he's got the harsh reality haircut.
Even denying the case exists. After his release, Jose headed to Athens, where his brother was now living. He was only here for about a month when they were both accused of shoplifting from Walmart.
Of course, stealing shit.
According to the police report, the two allegedly stole food and clothes.
Of course.
They were given a citation and let go.
These people are already given
the
shit.
Athens Clark County Police told me immigration status is handled during the booking process at the jail. And since they weren't arrested, that check wasn't done. But Jose's brother had been arrested the month before on a DUI charge.
When someone is in an agency or in a detention facility that communicates with ICE,
these motherfuckers are just coming here, drinking tequila, driving down the road, stealing your shit, murdering your bitches.
ICE
complete scumbags.
They usually have about 48 to 72 hours to do so.
The Department of Justice says it didn't know about the DUI arrest until last week, after Laken Riley was killed. I have reached out to the sheriff's office to explain what happened, but have not received a response.
Scumbag shit.
ICE is aware of both brothers. I am told Diego Ibarra, the one arrested for DUI and then later for having that fake green card, will be in court tomorrow morning. If he is granted bond, ICE will likely take him into custody. Now, we have heard a lot of talk about sanctuary cities, and today the mayor said Athens is a welcoming city, but follows immigration laws, so it's all going to depend on what we learn from the sheriff's office.
There should be no sanctuary cities. If you're a criminal, you're a goddamn criminal. Murdered Georgia nursing student Laken Riley suffered disfigured skull. She was hit so fucking hard after being beaten to death with mystery object by illegal immigrant from Venezuela. He beat her so much it disfigured her skull. He's accused of using a mystery object as a weapon to kill the 22-year-old Augusta University student. It's unclear if authorities have retrieved the object used as the murder weapon. Police have not said an exact cause of death for Riley. It's blunt force trauma, but only that it was caused by blunt force trauma. Well, there you go. They say Ibarra dragged her body to a secluded area to conceal the death, according to an arrest affidavit by CBS News. Ibarra is accused of seriously disfiguring Riley's body by disfiguring her skull, and also charged with preventing Riley from making a 911 call when he allegedly grabbed her between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Thursday. Don't even know exactly when the motherfucker grabbed her. She was found the same day on campus in a deforested area near Herrick. This is a fucking sack of shit. Just a complete sack of shit. Ibarra, who lives in Athens, apparently did not know Riley and acted completely alone. Video from campus security and other technology led officials to Ibarra. Ibarra appeared Saturday in court where he was formally charged with felony murder, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, kidnapping, and other counts. He will be represented by the public defenders and remained in custody. Good. Public defenders will keep his ass in there. So he was never supposed to be here. Period. And the guys, I'm going to show you a million examples of why this is the case. By the way, the AP is under fire for Laken Riley coverage. After posting story about her murder highlights the dangers for female joggers, but fails to mention migration or fact suspected. No. So the AP is like, hey, this is dangerous for female joggers. No, motherfucker. Illegal immigration is what is dangerous. So this migrant, by the way, he has been denied bond.
Athens, where we're learning new details about the man charged in the murder of UGA nursing student Laken Riley. Fox 5's Kim Leffler has been covering this story for days. Kim, you've confirmed that the suspect was in the country illegally. Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, Jose Antonio Ibarra faces several charges, including malice murder in the death of 22-year-old Laken Riley on the UGA campus. Now, Fox News has confirmed he was in the country illegally. We've also learned his brother was arrested for
Notice it's Fox News. CNN and MSNBC weren't the ones that confirmed that he was an illegal migrant, were they?
A fake green card, which he used
to get a very
brief job at a dining hall on the UGA campus.
This court is not authorized under Georgia law to set bond in light of these charges.
On Saturday, a judge denied bond for 26-year-old Jose Antonio Ibarra. He was arrested and booked into the Athens Clarke County Jail Friday night after his arrest in the death of 22-year-old Augusta University nursing student Laken Riley.
He did not know her at all. I think this was a crime of opportunity.
Yep.
Where he saw an individual and bad things happen.
Police found Riley's body near Lake Herrick Thursday after a friend called them concerned when she didn't return home from a run. Police say she died from blunt force trauma. Fox News confirmed Ibarra was in the country illegally, crossing into El Paso from Venezuela in September of 2022 and was released into the country via parole.
The evidence suggests that this was a solo act. We
complete
took 3
sack
or 4
of shit.
people in custody.
Complete
However,
sack of shit.
We're only going to arrest one in this case.
Ibarra's brother, 29-year-old Diego Ibarra, was also arrested Friday for having a fake green card after Athens Clarke County police stopped him for matching the murder suspect's description. He's had several arrests since September of last year. UGA officials say Diego used that fake green card to get a job as a dishwasher at Bolton Dining Hall on UGA's campus on February 6. Officials say he failed to submit further documents to keep the job and was fired. They added he was never paid. Governor Brian Kemp sent a letter to President Joe Biden Saturday demanding answers, saying, quote, "The American people deserve to know who is illegally entering our country due to your administration's failures and what risks and challenges every state must face." Georgia Speaker of the House John Burns also released a statement Saturday saying, quote, "House leadership will be pressing for answers over the coming days as to why exactly the suspect and his brother continue to roam freely in the Athens area." Democratic State Senator Jason Estevez stressed this is a time to mourn. He took to X saying, quote, "Laken Riley's family deserves a space to grieve without being used for cheap political points." Now,
no, politics matters here. Because it's you liberal sacks of shit that are pro illegal immigration. Donald Trump said it best when he said they're not sending their best. I don't understand what you people don't understand about this. And listen, there's so many stories, and I'm going to show you even in this video. So many examples. These people, particularly from Venezuela, are sending criminals, not families. Period.
Officials did stress there is no longer a threat to the community after news of this arrest. We do know Riley's sorority will be holding a vigil at 3 p.m. on Monday. That'll be at Tate Plaza in her honor. Live this evening in Athens, Kim Leffler, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, Kim,
this shit is fucking hideous. Chilling photo shows Georgia nursing student killer grinning in social media post the same day she was brutally slain on IGN campus. Before illegal Venezuelan migrant was later arrested near the murder scene. There he was right there. There's his fucking image. That very same day. The very same day. It is bizarre as it gets. Just grinning ear to ear. White House finally breaks silence on brutal murder of Laken Riley without mentioning the Venezuelan illegal migrant suspect. Of course Joe Biden's not going to mention it. Says people need to be held to account and extends deepest condolences to her heartbroken family. So we get the Biden administration, the White House coming in and finally saying something. Trump is right. Crooked Joe Biden's border invasion is destroying our country. The horrible murder of 22-year-old Laken Riley at the University of Georgia should have never happened, says Trump. The monster who took her life illegally entered our country in 2022 and then was released again by radical Democrats in New York after injuring a child. When I am your president, we will immediately seal the border, stop the invasion, and on day one, we will begin the largest deportation operation of illegal criminals in American history. That's the president we need. I know you're not going to let us get it because you guys like to steal shit. White House commented briefly. In a comment to Fox Digital, a spokesman from the Biden White House said, "We would like to extend our deepest condolences to the family and loved ones of Laken Hope Riley. People should be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law if they are found to be guilty. Given this is an active case, we would refer you to the state law enforcement and ICE." Of course. Biden, of course, didn't respond to it himself because he's a complete sack of shit. Trump obviously spoke out via True Social. Trump blames Biden for border invasion, which is 100% true. 100% true. This is the what you get from this. And yet, it's being highly politicized because it's a highly political debate that's leading to these murders. And I'm going to show you much more.
They have been for the last couple of days, students there mourning the death of one of their classmates, the loss of Laken Riley. Watch.
Play the video, dickhead.
Laken, a caring, driven sister who taught us what a true friend is. Although the flowers in our house will fade, the visitors will slow, and we will begin classes again, our hearts will always ache without Laken, who was such an integral part of our sisterhood.
Statement from President Biden from the White House today, quote, "We would like to extend our deepest condolences to the family and loved ones of Laken Riley. People should be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law if they are found to be guilty," end quote. Donald Trump, the former president, current Republican frontrunner, saying this, quote, "Crooked Joe Biden's border invasion is destroying our country and killing our citizens."
That's right.
The horrible murder of 22-year-old
I'm going to prove to you that he's right.
University of Georgia should never have happened, end quote. Chris, it's reached now to the level of President Biden and Donald Trump weighing it.
Yeah, and you know,
look, it's going to be not just them, all kinds of politicians are going to weigh in. Because this does involve politics. Venezuelan migrant suspected of murdering nursing student at Georgia was arrested in New York City just 5 months ago for endangering a child. Just 5 months ago, and they let him out for endangering a child. There's a sack of shit right there. There's a sack of shit right there. That's his wife. Says she was surprised to hear that her husband was the alleged suspect in Georgia murder, but that he should face the consequences if found guilty. She's like, the wife is like, "I don't give a shit. I'm already here in America. I can go suck some other dick and move right the fuck on." But this is the scumbag. Murder Georgia Newton. Okay, we already saw that about a skull being disfigured. This isn't it. Venezuelan migrants are doing shit all over the country. Venezuelan migrant is charged with sexually assaulting a child in Virginia just 6 months after catch and release border. So these are people that have been caught and released because of the catch and release bullshit. Renzo Mendoza Montes, age 32, was arrested last week in Campbell County, Virginia. He was charged with a pair of felonies relating to the sexual assault of a minor. His arrest is the second last week of an illegal Venezuelan migrant allegedly committing a heinous act of violence. This is the dude dickhead right here. Deputies in Campbell County, Virginia said they arrested an illegal migrant in connection with the sexual assault of a minor. Pair of felony charges. They say he's a Venezuelan citizen who has been in the country illegally since September 3rd of last year when he crossed the border into El Paso, Texas. Gee, same area. It was first reported that Montez was being held without bond, but now he is believed to be in ICE custody. Few other details currently available about the sexual assault he committed, but his arrest is latest in a string of violent crimes against U.S. citizens by illegal immigrants. We already heard about the recent murder. New York City is also a sanctuary city. All these sanctuary cities are housing these idiots, these violent thugs. We got more. What about the illegal tranny that shot up a whole goddamn school or a whole goddamn church? Joel Osteen's church. This goddamn illegal didn't even know whether it was a dude or a chick. Mass shooting. San Diego illegal immigrant shelter forced to shut down after running out of funds due to increased demand. So all of these people are literally released into the San Diego streets. They're all being released into the San Diego streets. These people are not being deported and sent back home. So the crimes keep increasing. And of course, we're racist for noticing the crimes. Even though we got a dead woman right here, we got rape babies in New York. In Virginia. What are we supposed to say? What are we supposed to do? I'll tell you what, we build a fucking wall. And we have the biggest mass deportation that we've ever had. Whether you're on the left or right, at some point you gotta be sick of this shit. Multiculturalism does not work. Period. You can call me racist all you want. It does not work. Period. This was never intended to be a melting pot. It never was. You guys just made that shit up. Let me know in the comment section what you think. I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time. They're not sending their best. We need to close it down. If you like what I do here and you find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Support the channel. Support America. I'm out of here.